The Brute people are a very strange group indeed. Considering they are bred to be fighters, they are mostly gentle souls that fight only to protect own kind. But I cannot consider them enemy, nor should anyone. However, Cricket-Beard family concerns me, especially niece of Michael Cricket-Beard. There was rumors from GIs that I dealt with. There was once a mad nurse who served in Vietnam who, legend has it, had instincts and took the shape of a predatory bird, a vulture. But madness is not a threat to the general in time of war. It is something to be reined in and used to one's advantage. Certainly American generals became aware of this. But perhaps I'd be proven wrong about my insights. Perhaps many years from now, bird people write own book on the art of war.
Wow. This car is so cool. This is the coolest car I have ever been in. Don't you think so, Woody?
I'll take your word for it, Sally. You must have sold a lot of flowers to afford this, Mr. Chan.
I make significant return off investment in limousine, Mr. Jackson. There are plenty of GIs on Reeve in Vietnam who like to party hardy, as you say, before they are sent back to die in jungle.
I see. And look here, Mr. Chan, I want you to keep an open mind when you meet the Sulu performance troupe. Remember, they are human just like you and me and the rest of all the people out there.
Yeah. They just got a bad skin condition. I guess you might call it that.
As with leprosy?
Yeah. Something like that.
Ah, yes. Leprosy.
Aloha, everybody. We're here. Hi there, Scott, and Emily, and Agent Jeffers, and everyone. Thanks for inviting us. We brought a lot of cool stuff with us. It's still in the limo. But, we'll get it. You'll love it. Wow, listen to that great music, Woody. And look at the tables, full of Hawaiian food, over there. Which one's the birthday boy? Never mind, I'll find him. Say hello to our two friends. Don't worry, they're cool. Woody, introduce our two friends. I'm going to the party.
Scott, Emily, Mr. Jeffers, this is Harvey Chan, and, oh, excuse me, I didn't get your name.
My name is Lee Ma.
This is Mr. Harvey Chan and Miss Liwa. Mr. Harvey Chan and Miss Liwa, this is Scott, Emily, and Mr. Jeffers.
Happy to meet you. Happy to meet you too, Mr. Chan and Miss Liwa.
Very sorry. I'm not rude, I hope. But I need return to limousine. I much paperwork need catch up. Please excuse. But work come before play. Very sorry.
Mr. Jackson, may I have a word with you?
Wow. Look at all this great food. Pizza, and hamburgers. They are my absolute favorites. Especially for a luau.
We get the pizza and the Coke from the pizza delivery guy. We get the hamburgers from the drive-up window at night. Jason got the pineapples from somewhere, but he's not saying. We think he might have stole it from a warehouse down the road. Only Emily and Mr. Jeffers can go to the grocery store, because of, you know, because of the way we look. Connie, over there, is in charge of the adult beverages, but there isn't any alcohol in them, because Pastor Scott won't allow it. But we have lots of Coca-Cola. I really like Coca-Cola. I drink 10 or 15 cans of it a day.
Oh. Okay.
Mr. Jackson, you know what I'm about to ask you.
Yes, I do. Look, Agent Jeffers, I don't think these two are going to be a threat to the safety and security of the people here. Mr. Chan is a businessman here on Oahu. But, how shall I put this? I don't think he's inclined to do anything that bring any extra attention to himself. Do you know what I mean? Look, Jeffers, you cannot remain isolated out here on this compound. It would only become a prison for all of you, even worse than Molokai for them. You gotta make a few alliances with others on the island, and it certainly cannot be anyone in law enforcement.
Well, your advice has been noted and will be seriously considered. I will present it to the council.
The council?
Yes, the council. Me, Scott, Emily, and Rufus. The man in brown. The man who saved the life of Sally at the airport. He's in charge of compound security and defense. Emily's in charge of finances, of course. Scott and I handle most of the rest of it, but everyone here contributes.
So just how are things going around here?
Well, as you can see, we have added a couple new buildings. We already had a natural water supply. We have installed a generator, a septic tank, and we'll soon have electric power and a phone line. At the present time, we must go to Honolulu for communications purposes. But I've managed to make connections with some key people at Berkeley who will see that Professor Klinkensbeer's papers and his estate are legally transferred to Emily. She is the sole beneficiary according to his will, and there appears to be even more money involved. There's a lot of scientific work that needs to be analyzed, and it'll take some time to sort through it, even to understand it. But we are extremely fortunate in one regard, Detective Jackson. Professor Klinkenbeer did some early graduate work here at the University of Hawaii during World War II. In fact, Scott and Emily were born here.
Is that right? Well, there must be some records on the Klinkenbeers here at the university or at City Hall. I'll see what I can track down for you.
Well, Detective Jackson, shall we join the party?
Woody, isn't this a great party? Look at all that food and stuff. This is the birthday boy, Jason. He going to be a rock and roll star someday. He would play us something, but he doesn't have an amplifier yet.
It wouldn't help his guitar playing any.
Why don't you just shut up?
No. Why don't you just shut up?
No, you shut up.
You don't have any place to plug an amplifier in. Anyway, Mr. Big Rock and Roll Superstar.
All right, you two, that's enough. Jason will have a place to plug in very shortly. We will soon have stoves, refrigerators, even color TV, just like everyone else. Okay, everyone, I think it's time for the hula dance contest. We are the Molokai Kantika Hula Festival dancers, remember?
That's the Molokai Kahula Pika Festival dancer, Scott. Annabella made sure I got it right.
Annabella would have set me straight on that also. Everyone, in addition to Jason's birthday, we are celebrating in the spirit in memory of the beautiful and bright Annabella Klinkenbeard. She is in heaven looking over us right now. All right, everyone, let's dance. Don't be shy. Someone get out there.
Come on, everybody, someone start the music. Let's dance.
Doesn't much look like hula dancing to me.
exciting. Check it out. All right, everyone. It's time for dinner.
Are you not joining party? Nope. Yes, that's very wise of you. Never let down your guard, as GI say. Someone must stand watch. Yep. May I inquire as to weapon you use? Not saying. You appear to be carrying Colt 45 M1911 7-automatic with standard 7-round detachable magazine. Maybe. Maybe not. Keeping yourself stocked with weapons must be a difficult task, especially stocked with sufficient ammunition. Is someone helping you with this? Perhaps a man called Jeffers. He ain't no help. Damn hippie lover. I see. We need more guns. More training. Everyone needs to be able to handle and use a weapon. I cannot disagree. I can't defend a large compound by myself. With 2 guns and 10 bullets. Now 9 bullets. Well, perhaps we discuss that. My name is Harvey Chan. I am a successful businessman here in Ireland. I live here since World War II, and I am an American citizen and a strong believer in self-defense and Second Amendment of Constitution. And your name is? Rufus. Well, Mr. Rufus, every American has right to carry a gun, which of course means the right to purchase and own a gun. As I said, Mr. Rufus, I am a businessman, and so perhaps we talk business. Business of guns. Tell me about yourself, Mr. Rufus. Tell me your views. Tell me about the people here you are defending. We cannot enter into alliances until we are acquainted with the signs of our neighbors.
Guess who I saw today while I was shopping?
I can't guess. Who was it?
It was Michael.
Michael? What was he doing? Did you remind him that he's been invited to dinner?
He was across the street when I came out, talking to someone, and I didn't want to interrupt him.
Who was he talking to? Anyone we know?
I didn't recognize him. He appeared to be Chinese.
Chinese? That's unusual for Michael.
Scott, go into the bathroom and get yourself cleaned up for dinner. And change into some clean pants. Scott is such a sweet, obedient boy.
Hello everyone. Am I late?
Hello Michael, you are just in time. Dinner will be served shortly. I just took it out of the oven. It just needs a few minutes to cool off.
Have a seat, Mike.
What are you reading, Vernon?
I'm reading a very interesting article from the February issue of the Journal of Experimental Medicine. 3 scientists at the Rockefeller Institute of Medical Research are suggesting that it is DNA rather than protein that is the hereditary materials of bacteria, and that DNA may be the transforming principle of all living organisms.
Well, is that what you are studying now, out at the university?
I am studying biology at the moment, which at the University of Hawaii involves a heavy emphasis on fish, birds, and plants, as you can well imagine. But this study suggests to me that the next big step in biology will be toward molecular biology.
Well, Brother Vernon, you were always the one for forward thinking. Is the government involved in any of this?
As you are well aware, Mike, the government is involved in everything nowadays.
Yes, they certainly are. I say, Margaret, how are things out at the university library? Keeping busy? And how is that new bundle of joy you're carrying?
The baby is fine, and yes, I am very busy. Officers from the Army and Navy come to the library almost every day, requesting material, books, magazines, and old newspapers. And the student population continues to grow, despite the war. And speaking of growing, your brother is in there every day, checking up on my condition. By the way, Michael, I saw you today, across the street from the Pearl City Grocery. You were talking with a gentleman I didn't recognize. He appeared to be Chinese.
Well, you both know that I am a British intelligence officer. So, all I can say about that is, the Chinese-looking man is just part of my job. The nationalist Chinese are our allies now, as you know. I can't say any more about it.
Yes. Loose lips sink ships. Enough said. Let me bring the dinner out. I'm sure everyone is hungry. Scott, it's time for dinner. Come out and say hello to Uncle Mike.
There are not more than 5 cardinal tastes, yet combination of the more flavors that can never be tasted. There are not more than 5 primary colors, yet a combination they produce more hues that can never be seen. There are not more than 5 musical notes, yet the combination of these 5 give rise to more melodies that can never be heard.
Pearly shells from the ocean, shining in the sun, covering the shore. When I see them, my heart tells me I love you more than all the little pearly shells.
Hi there, Woody.
Oh, hi, Sally.
You sound like you're in a good mood.
Yep, I'm in a good mood, all right, because I got some good news today.
Oh, yeah? What is it?
The Honolulu Police Department decided that they needed to expand their manpower immediately. So they decided to hire us for consultation, logistical operations, and ground support, as they put it. And most importantly, they have decided to put us on a retainer, which means money and more money.
Oh, wow. That is so cool. I told you we were going to make a big name for ourselves.
We are technically Honolulu detectives now.
I bet that is why they sent us into that motel room during their stakeout. They wanted to check out our professional detective skills. And I bet they were impressed, too.
That could be, Sally. That could be.
Wow, this is starting to get exciting. What's our first job going to be, Woody?
I don't know yet. Probably a stakeout of some kind.
Woody, I've been thinking. We need to start getting more scientific-like in our detective work. You know, spy gadgets and stuff like that.
You mean like an Aston Martin with radar trackers, machine guns, and injection seats?
Yeah, stuff like that.
Well, we do have a camera.
How come you don't use your camera more, Woody?
Well, they're mostly good for catching cheating wives and cheating husbands. But I normally don't take on that type of detective work. And taking pictures would risk incriminating ourselves. Put us at the scene of the crime, you might say. Imagine what would have happened if I took pictures at the Victorian house. What if I would have had pictures of Pulaski hanging from a meat hook? Or Clinkerbeard flying around the room in a giant bird suit? we would have been in deep, deep trouble.
Yeah. Say, Woody, take a picture of me. Something professional and detective-like. You know? Something that we can show people, or hang on the wall, or give to TV news reporters. You know? For promotion and stuff. Here, let me stand back here. Oops. Come on, Woody, not like that.
That's the position you usually end up in when you're doing professional detective work.
That's not funny. Here. Take one now.
I'm all out of film.
Well, go get some more film. And get some binoculars at the store, too, while you're at it. And a super duper long lens for the camera. And some listening devices, like little miniature microphones. And a tape recorder, and some real small walkie-talkies, to replace those big ones. And a little transmitter we can put on people's cars. And how about an X-ray machine, so we can look through walls? That would be so cool. Do they make those things yet? We need to get our own surveillance airplane, maybe. But I don't know how to fly an airplane. Do you know how to fly an airplane, Woody? How about a helicopter? I think they are easier to fly. Maybe we could rent one, and hire a pilot. That would be better. How about our own patrol boat? Maybe we should start small with something like that. Maybe we should get a car first. That might be best, huh? What do you think, Woody?
Marijuana is in crates. Take directly to ship dock. Fishing boat is waiting. Do not stop at warehouse in Chinatown. If something go wrong, reeve trucks, make way on foot to market. Best to abandon trucks and marijuana. We retrieve waiter. You not be caught. Honolulu police not be there. They sent incompetents on stakeout to watch our activities. After you unroll crates, go to Chinatown warehouse and go about business. Miss Lee Wah in charge on this trip.